Hello there, everyone. I'm not sure why there's no music, but whatever. Welcome to Link's Awakening Switch Any Percent Glitchless. We have winners bracket round 2 between OliviaLaDouceur, I hope I said that right, and Lime or the Lime Films. And bringing you the commentary is Antonio. I'll leave it to you now.
All right, thanks a lot. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. So this is going to be a race of Link's Awakening 2019 on Switch, which was released in 2019. It's the remake of Link's Awakening, which already had a remake on Game Boy Color, and it's a pretty fun game. Maybe you've played it already, and this is going to be an any percent glitchless race. That means our runners are going to try to beat the game as fast as possible without using any kind of glitches. So this is going to be very interesting because our opponents today are Olivia and Lime, who are two very good runners of this category. They have pretty close PBs, so it's going to be a very close race. I think we're going to start momentarily. I think... I don't know where they are right now. You can see that Lime is practicing on his Yoshido. But yeah, this is really the scariest part of the run. I mean, we'll see when we get to that, but it happens like 5 minutes in. It can be kind of a downer if you don't get it quickly enough. So we'll be starting momentarily. So maybe a few words before starting. I mean, you may notice that the game is in German. That's because German is the fastest language for this run. It has the lowest number of text boxes of all languages. And since we can just skip all text, that's actually what we want. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to start very soon. You may notice that they're using a pre-made save file. That's because those files are RNG manipulated for several reasons, mostly because at the end of the game, you must go through a maze inside the egg, which we'll see in due time. And the path you must follow in the maze is actually random. So using these save files, we already know what path the maze is going to have. Which is a pretty convenient thing, because that skips having to do the trading side quest of the game. So we're getting started in 10 seconds. Our runners are ready. And let's get started. So right away they are waking up inside Marin's house. So you may notice something already, is that Olivia's having longer loading screens. That's because I think Olivia is running on physical format, which is slightly slower than digital, which is the case for most games. I think over a full run, that can make a difference of about a minute, which can be quite a disadvantage already, especially in this first loading screen, which is definitely the longest one of the full game. Okay, right now they are headed to the beach to pick up Link's sword. Of course, you don't pick up Link's sword without the infamous Link's Awakening owl coming to bother you and telling you how to play the game. There you can see that Olivia is slightly late compared to Lime because of that first loading screen, which I think takes about an extra 10 seconds on physical. May seem like a lot, and yeah, it definitely is, but I'm pretty sure Olivia can catch up to Lime at some point in the run. It doesn't take a lot to lose time during the run, so I mean, we never know. They both have some pretty equivalent skills. So I honestly have no idea who's going to win this. It's going to be interesting. So the first task of Link right now is to go through the mysterious forest. And to do so, you must first get a mushroom somewhere in the forest. Take the mushroom to a witch. It's going to give you some magic powder. And the magic powder is going to allow you to transform a raccoon back into Tarin. Tarin looks a lot like Mario, of course. And in doing so, you will be able to get the key to the first dungeon, which is where the game starts. You can see that Lime already picked up the mushroom. Olivia's on her way there. Lime is getting some rupees, which is going to be necessary for playing the trendy game in a few minutes. As I said, it's really the scariest part of the run, especially in a race, because if you mess up in trendy during a run, you can just reset, but during a race you can't, so you have to deal with it, and can be very scary. And Lime is getting his magic powder. Olivia is just a few steps behind. And Lime got some Zols attached to him. Here's Mario, without his cap. And Lime just gets the 10 key, which is going to allow him to get into the first dungeon. Olivia gets the key as well. You can see how already the physical versus digital discrepancies are important. I mean, it's difficult to know exactly what's the time difference between both versions, because loading times are really inconsistent. Alright, Lime is getting his trendy game. You must pick up the Yoshi doll here. I think that should work. That should be good. You want to get at in only one attempt if you can. Lime got it. Well, you guys should be getting it too, I think. Looks good. Yeah, this Yoshi can be a bit tricky sometimes. Olivia got it first try too. They are now going to trade it for a ribbon. And then the ribbon is exchanged for some dog food. And that little chain chomp is now wearing the ribbon, which looks cool, in my opinion. And now that Lime has the dog food, he's heading to the first dungeon. Olivia's just a few steps behind. So this little trading is part of the trading side quest of the game, which you may know. Because this game has, there's a side quest where you need to trade some items with villagers, and you need to do that to get access to some sections of the game later on. This one doesn't do the whole sequence though. So Lime is now inside the first dungeon. Olivia's just put the key inside the keyhole, so she's not too far behind. That first loading screen, which took 10 extra seconds, is the main reason why she's 10 to 15 seconds behind. Lime gets the first key, decides to kill the little Moldorm to be safe. Olivia is doing the exact same thing. Alright, Lime does a few sword slashes in order to not be hit by those sparkles or something. I don't know what it is. Lime successfully pushes one of those spiky turtles inside the hole. Olivia doesn't do the slashes method. I don't think I've seen that a lot. Playing it may be safer. And Lime gets the feather. Nice. So getting the feather here, you just use the autosave, because the game autosaves fairly frequently. And inside a dungeon, when you load a save file, it just gets you back to the entrance, which is pretty convenient for a speedrun. And then you need to get 2 extra keys, so Lime's getting the second one, Olivia's getting the first one at the moment. Olivia got the second key, while Lime is getting the boss key. The Nightmare key, sorry. It's called the Nightmare key in this game. As always, Olivia is just a few seconds behind. I really hope this race doesn't come down to the time differences between physical and digital. That would be a shame. Lime manages to corner that pink blob inside to the top corner. Gets the fast kill that way. Olivia's just getting inside the room. And Lime is now against Moldorm. And if you look closely, I mean, some people have said that Moldorm looks like a hamburger. You know, there's a bun and some salad. Which apparently are just tiny feet, so it doesn't look that tasty. Lime's struggling to land the second spin slash on Moldorm. Okay, Lime got it. It was close. Almost died, almost fell off. That would have been a shame. Olivia's landing the first spin slash on Moldorm. You need to wait for Moldorm to be vulnerable again. That was scary, Lime. Indeed. Olivia has less trouble on Moldorm than Lime, it seems. Yeah, Moldorm can be a bit scary. Right now, both runners get their first instrument, the first of 8. I can see now why we run the game in German. Just after getting the instrument, you have a very long white screen with some text. In German and in some languages, there's only one screen with text. And I think in English there's 2, which takes like almost 10 extra seconds. So that's the main reason we run the game in German. I get an L cutscene out of D1. And now Lime is going down to the beach because he needs to continue the trading sequence. Headed to this little house right here. He's going to trade his dog food for some bananas. Apparently this alligator, I think it's an alligator, apparently likes dog food or canned food for some reason. I mean, let's not ask too many questions. I mean, it's technically inside a dream. And it's not supposed to make sense. Lime getting some extra kills. That's something that's going to be important for later, maybe? I mean, it's maybe a bit early to talk about this, but yeah, you know what? let's just get down to it. Sometimes when you kill a monster in this game, you can get some item drops, mainly 2. An acorn, which buffs your defense, and a piece of power, which doubles the damage you deal. And these drops are not random. It depends on the number of monsters you killed. And during the run, you want to get some piece of power drops. So you need to count how many monsters you kill during your run. You get them. So you get these drops whenever you need them. Right, so Lime is headed into the Moblin Cave. That's because while you were, playing around in D1, some Moblins raided the village and kidnapped the village chain chomp, which is named Bow Wow. And you need to save Bow Wow, because, Lime just misses the 1 cycle on the Moblin King. That's a bit sad. Which means that Olivia may catch up on this. Right, at least Lime managed to get the Moblin King defeated during the second cycle. So yeah, you need to save Bow Wow to get access to D2. Oh, Olivia just failed the first cycle as well. That's a bit sad. Both runners failed that. Yeah, Olivia's having some trouble as well. Moblin King does not treat Olivia very kindly. Alright. That's a bit sad for Olivia now. But that's okay. That Moblin King can be dealt with in 1 cycle if you're careful enough. It's a bit tricky to get because the timing is a bit specific. Because even though you can hit him repeatedly, the Moblin King has some iframes. So you want to be very careful doing those hits. Lime is now on his way to the second dungeon. And Olivia is just following behind. I think Olivia had a slightly worse Moblin King fight than Lime. Lime is going through the swamp, and Bow Wow is going to eat some flowers. Thank you, Bow Wow. Right. And now Lime is in D2. Olivia's just following, going through the forest again. Right, so there's a piece of power drop here for Lime, which is interesting. I don't know how he means to deal with the piece of power later. Oh, I think I know. I think I know why he wanted a piece of power drop here. That may have been a bit an early drop here. Olivia's in now, inside the swamp and now enters D2. That's nice. So Limes takes a couple of keys. Goes in. I think Lime's POP will run out before he gets to the Hinox. The Hinox is a mini-boss in this dungeon, which you need to defeat. And I think he meant to get it before, in order to deal with the Hinox quicker. I think he got it too early though. Yeah, it just ran out. That's a bit unfortunate. Because I think that, hang on, how many hits does the Hinox take? I think 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 7? 7 or 8? Ah, here he is. That's the Hinox. So this is Glitchless, so we don't do any funny stuff with the Hinox. Yeah, it was an early drop. that was unfortunate line. I'm confirming the mistake. If you're curious with what we do with the Hinox in regular Nippesen with glitches, I mean, it's pretty interesting. Hinoxes are broken when it comes to 20%. You can just pretty much teleport anywhere in the dungeon if you can do a frame perfect trick. Olivia's now dealing with the Hinox herself. And Lime gets the power bracelet. And with the power bracelet, Lime can now pick up some pots. And rocks, I think, too. Yeah. You guys now pass the Hinox. And he's about to get the power bracelet as well. Alright, so in this room, where Lime is, there's a rabbit, a geese, and a skeleton, which you need to kill in a specific order in order to get the Nightmare Key. That's because I think one of the owl statues in the dungeon tell you the order you need to kill them. So it's first the rabbit, then the geese, and then the skeleton. Otherwise the chest doesn't appear. Of course, this is a speedrun, so we already know which order it is. Levi is slightly behind. Lime is on his way to the second dungeon boss. Olivia is now on her way to get the Nightmare Key as well. Right. And you have to kill the rabbit with a pot, because the rabbit is immune to your sword. Right, Lime does the jump with the pit in order to quickly get to the boss door. Nice. Lime is now facing the genie. Olivia is slightly behind. We're not too far behind, honestly. They're still very close. And Olivia just threw her part a bit too earlier and could not jump. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, you need... This platform where Olivia is standing can only come down if you're carrying a pot here. That's not too bad. Alright, Lime is still against Genie. The Genie fight takes a couple of minutes, I think. Because you need to first break his pot. Right, here it is. So you need to throw his pot against the wall 3 times. Now you need to attack the Genie. Oh, and Lime gets the 2-cycle Genie. Nice. So the mob legging was not a mistake. You got unlucky. Oh, in effect you are. I mean... we've got to get RNG at some point. But yeah, 2-cycle Genie, that's nice. Lime now gets the conch horn. The second instrument of the game. Olivia's now almost at the end of the genie fight. Will she get the 2-cycle? Optimally, you want to deal with genie in 2-cycle, which is... Alright, she got it. Nice. Lime is chomping his way back to Maid. Because now, what's next? Well, now, first you need to return Bow Wow, of course. I mean, he can't follow you. Can't follow you for the rest of the game. Sadly, that would be interesting. Keeping Bow Wow for the full game. Olivia gets the horn as well. I think Lime is slightly ahead of Olivia right now. I mean, obviously, but... I'd say he has about maybe a minute of advance over Olivia. I'm not exactly sure. And now that we have returned Bow Wow, it's time to do some shopping. First we need to get a few bombs. It's going to come useful during the run. And what is he doing? He's stealing? He is stealing. I think that's illegal. I don't know, obviously, we don't really have time to collect that many rupees. So yeah, stealing is part of the run, sadly. Poor shopkeeper. No. So, Lime successfully stole the shovel and the bow and is now on his way to the next part of the game. Well, Olivia is now returning Bow Wow. He's about to do some stealing herself. Olivia gets the bombs first. Olivia dies to shopkeeper, while Lime is giving away bananas to a few monkeys so he can get access to Canada Castle, which is the next segment of this run. Before heading over to the third dungeon of the game, you need to go through Canada Castle. And Lime gets a stick. And that's where the trading quest ends for us today. We won't complete it any further. Olivia's on her way to Canalet now. Lime just jumps over a Goomba like it's nothing. And so the reason we go to Canalet is to collect 5 golden leaves. Here's the first one for Lime. You need to collect 5 golden leaves so you can get... I mean, then you can give them to Richard, who has buried the key to the next dungeon in his garden. And so Lime goes inside the castle now, sends a few bomb arrows against some knights, gets another golden leaf, and Olivia is now getting to the castle as well. So yeah, Olivia's about yeah, maybe slightly more than a minute behind at the moment. The race is not over yet, of course. There's still a lot that can go on. Right, it seems that Lime will be going against Ball and Chain without a POP. Without a piece of power, sorry. I'm using Link's Awakening lingo. Ideally, you want to have a piece of power against this mini-boss. It's not that important, but it can be useful to get it. And Olivia gets the POP here, which Lime didn't get. Lime got it earlier in D2 and didn't seem to route it here. Okay. Lime is now against the Mad Bomber, getting very close to dying. Okay, Lime is playing it safe. Just going upstairs. Alright, Lime managed to get the 5th Golden Leaf. Congrats. Olivia is now going against Ball and Chain with a piece of power, which I think should not run out. I think it should be fine. Alright, yeah. Piece of power went okay for Olivia there. Managed to take care of Ball and Chain way quicker than Lime. Lime is now inside Richard's villa. And that's the dude we needed to collect the golden leaves for. Olivia's taking care of the Mad Bomber. That was very efficient from Olivia there. Choosing to use some bomb arrows there. That's a good strat. And so now Lime is in the garden. He's now about to dig up the slime key. I think it's what it's called, the slime key. And that's the key to the next dungeon. I feel like Olivia's canalet went better than Lime's. Now, Lime has opened the entrance to the 3rd dungeon and is now headed there. Olivia's getting inside the garden now, so she's about to go and pick up the key. Lime is now inside D3. The Key Cavern. Teufelsvilla in German. I apologize for my bad German. I do not speak German. We're just opening the door to D3 as well. And Lime's taking care of the first room to get the first key. Because yeah, that's the key cavern, so you need a bunch of keys there. I'd say so far the race is pretty close at the moment. Olivia's not too far behind. And she's not making too many mistakes. I mean, it wouldn't take much from Lime to actually lose time, and Olivia could get closer, depending on how it goes. Right, Olivia's now in D3. Nice. Lime is going further. Drops a bomb against the wall. That's not random, of course. That's because there's a that's a secret entrance there. Lime is now taking care of the dongos, which is a not necessarily easy fight to take care of because they're pretty random. So you need to be able to read them well. You need to feed each of them 3 bombs. Yeah, Limes takes care of the dongos pretty well. You can see the experience there. Olivia's now to the heart of the dungeon. And Lime gets the Pegasus boots, which will allow Link to do some dashing, running fast. Now most of the run is going to be about Link running around everywhere. Lime gets the Nightmare Key, and Olivia's now inside the Dodongos fight. That's pretty unfortunate from Olivia. The Dodongo doesn't go to the right direction. Okay, Lime. Lime is having a better D3 for now. Yeah, at that point, where Lime is just loading the autosave. Get back to the entrance. Olivia just gets the Pegasus boots. Because what Lime needs right now is to open a few chests around here. Nice spin slash around the skeletons. Now gets 300 rupees. That's a huge amount of money. Don't worry, there's no more shopping around or doing trendy game. 200 rupees are used way later in the run, but you don't want to forget them. Lime is now headed. He's almost done with the dungeon. You guys not so far behind, as always. And Lime gets a 4th key, which is all he needs in order to get to the boss room. Nice. Olivia is on her way to the 300 rupee chest. Lime opens some locks. And Olivia gets the money. Nice. Yeah, so far both runners are doing pretty fine. And Olivia's about to warp back to the Dodongo's room, and Lime is now against what's its name again? Gigazol. Slime Eyes in English. Olivia lets the Zols get to her. Oh, nice slime hill fight. Slime Eyes for Lime. Olivia's on her way to the boss fight as well. And Lime picks up the odd container there because he didn't get the one from D2. Olivia got it from D2, right, actually. I think Olivia may not pick up the odd container after Slime Eyes. And Lime picks up the Bell of Awakening. That's D3. And Olivia's now in the Slime Eyes fight. I should stop saying Slime Eel. Slime is later. Alright, Olivia. was a nice thing from Olivia there. Doing a spin slash into the eye and then one dash. Pretty cool strat. Never seen that before. Olivia gets the air container still. Okay, playing it safe. Can appreciate that. And she gets the bell. So now over to Lime. Lime's now in the animal village. And our trip to animal village at this point is pretty quick. We just need to go and talk to the walrus, blocking the way, and we're done. That's it. Right now, in our way to get to D4, we need to do a few things, because we need to get the angler key to get to the fourth dungeon. So Olivia's about to go to Animal Village herself. Lime is getting to the Dream Shrine, because in the Dream Shrine you can find the ocarina, of course. I mean, what's the Zelda game without your trusty ocarina? Lime's inside the shrine. You can see the ocarina sitting on its pedestal. He is now in Animal Village, is about to go talk to the walrus. And Lime gets out of the shrine. So what's next for Lime? Lime is headed to the beach now. Not for a swim, because we need to find Marin. And Marin's at this point of the game is hanging out on the beach. Lime pulls a very, very nice dash. Olivia's now about to enter the Dream Shrine as well. And here's Marin for Lime. Olivia's not too far behind. This is very close. I mean, anything could happen at this point. And Lime is now in the dating... Marin date cutscene. I mean, it's cute. I enjoy the landscape. It looks nice. I don't even remember myself what she's saying right now. I think she just talks about how she'd like to be a seagull or something, to travel the world. I mean, don't take my word for it. I don't read German and I don't remember what she's saying. And Lime doesn't mash B furiously and makes a mistake during the choice here. Marin's asking Link if he's still listening, and if you mash B too fast, Link answers no and she just repeats the sequence. And Olivia's getting to the beach as well, and Lime's getting out of the beach. And Marin's now following Link. Right, Olivia's now in the dating cutscene. And Lime, Marin, and Rock are headed to Animal Village. The Rock disappears, of course. And Marin's going to do some singing for the walrus. The walrus is obviously very happy about it. Olivia's completing the cutscene as well. She's going to be headed to Animal Village as well. Now Lime is headed to the landmauler fight. Let's see how he deals with it. Oh, that was very fast. Very good from Lime. Getting the angler key really quickly there. throwing a few bomb arrows and a few sword hits. That's a very good fight on this part. Right, Olivia's waking up the runners. Lime is now learning the Marin song, which is the Ballad of the Windfish. Yeah, almost forgot that. Yeah, one cycle I'm on a nice. Hundo experience going hard, exactly. Lime holds the world record on Hundo in Link's Awakening. So you can feel the experience on the game there. Let's see how Olivia deals with Landmona. Yeah, no one cycle for Olivia. Olivia still deals with Landmona fairly quickly. Not as fast as Lime, but that was neat. That was neat. There's no major mistake here. Oh, when Lime is doing that round. I don't know if Olivia's going to go that way as well, but Lime's going to try and pull off a very tight jump. Wow, that's insane. That's a very close jump. You need to, because at this point of the game, Link cannot swim. So if you manage to dash and jump over the ladder and grab the ladder while you're in the air, you can just go straight to the angular keyhole right away. Which is slightly faster than the regular route, which consists of warping close to the waterfall and running there. I do not know if Olivia does that. Olivia right now is getting the Ballad of the Windfish, so I guess we'll see in a few moments. As Lime right now is going to the fourth dungeon entrance. But yeah, very nice route from Lime here. You don't see that every day. So where is Olivia going? Look at that. Olivia's going on another route. Playing it safer. I think it's like maybe a couple seconds slower. She warps to the Dempe warp. And she's just going to run to the keyhole. I don't know exactly how much time does the Lime route save. And Lime is now inside the dungeon. Nice. Get some extra bombs. And here, we're going to see something very interesting. First, Lime gets to collect a couple keys there, drops a bomb. Okay, Lime plays it safe. Olivia just opened the dungeon. And Lime gets the second key, and now we get to see something that's very unique to Glitchless. It's not on any other category on the speedrun. Right, so you can see Lime is going to drop a bomb on top of the brown blocks here, and jump and get pushed by the bomb. Oh, that was close, but he failed. That's unfortunate. He chooses to try it again. He better not fail. Alright. Oh, too bad for Lime. Oh, that's unfortunate. That may allow Olivia to catch up, because Olivia is really good at this. Olivia just entered D4 as well. So she first has to collect 2 keys, but Lime... So So Lime still has that advance. Lime is struggling on the bomb jump. What you want to do here is put the bomb in a very specific spot on top of those blocks and jump at a very specific timing so you get pushed by the bomb mid-air and so you land on the other side. So you might say, yeah, isn't it supposed to be a glitchless run? And yes, it is. That's not a glitch. Link never goes out of bounds. It's definitely maybe an exploit of the game, but it's not technically a glitch. And Lime finally managed to do it. And let's see how Olivia does it. Yeah, Olivia did not put the bomb on a good spot. That's where Olivia may have an advantage, because she has an extra hot container. Right, she feels it as well. Lime is now against the mini-boss of D4, Cue Ball. Olivia seems to have forgotten that she only has 2 hearts, and Olivia does as well. Yeah, the thing about this trick is that you need to have at least 2.5 hearts, because you take 2 hearts of damage from your own bomb. So if you have less, I mean, you die from the bomb. Right, so Lime deals with Cue Ball efficiently and gets the feather. Well, that's interesting, because both runners have struggled on this part. Olivia's having some trouble here. I mean, it's honestly a very tricky jump to pull off. Olivia almost made it to the floor there, but fell down and dies again. That's pretty unfortunate there. Lime tells us he practiced much and got it like 90% of the time. But that's pretty much how practice goes. When you practice a trick, it always works, but during a real run, it never does. Alright, Olivia, please pull it off. But Lime got the flippers, which allow you to swim, and now gets the Mambo Song. And the Mambo Song allows Link to teleport around the overworld. Olivia's having some trouble on the bomb jump, which is pretty sad, because she usually got it most of the time. Olivia has a very unique way of doing it, because she doesn't use a setup. She eyeballs it. That's really impressive. But I'm not sure about how she drops the bomb. Okay, that she did it. Nice. She did it. Nice. Okay. Olivia has a very peculiar way of doing it. No one does it this way. Yeah, if it works for her, that's fine. She's now against Cue Ball. Okay, Cue Ball goes up. Cue Ball's stunned for Olivia. That's nice. That was a good fight. Lime is now headed to the ruins. Why is that, you may ask? Why not go to the next dungeon? Well, that's because in these ruins you can get the key for Dungeon 6. So you need to go there eventually. I mean, you can go pretty much anytime, I think. But most people actually go there after completing D4. By the way, I didn't specify, but no, they didn't complete D4. They only got the dungeon item, but that's because D4 is completed last, at the very end of the run. Olivia's getting Mambo, and Lime is against the Armor's Knight. Okay, Lime didn't have the best Armor's fight. That's not too bad. But yeah, D4 is not completed right away. That's because, if you remember how the game works, when you complete D4, I mean, when you actually finish the dungeon, get the instrument and everything, it triggers a side quest, which you have to complete. a ghost appears and just asks you to bring him to his home and then to his tomb. Oh, that's interesting. Olivia does not go to the ruins right away. Lime is headed to D5 right now, so that's the 5th dungeon. Lime got the key to the 6th dungeon, which is going to save him time afterwards. Olivia doesn't have the key to D6 right now. She's choosing to go to D5 before. I guess that's up to the runner to decide when to do the ruins. Ultimately, that choice is made depending on your kill count. Because as I said previously, you need to, at some point of the run, you need to get a piece of power drops, which allow you to deal the double amount of damages. And a very convenient place to get one is at the end of this dungeon for the boss fight, because the boss fight of this dungeon is not very fun. I mean, it's pretty RNG, and if you get a piece of power and you deal double damage, you can deal with this boss in one cycle. So you want to make sure you get a piece of power drop in this dungeon. I mean, right at the end. At this point of the game, Lime has 5 heart containers, which means that he gets a piece of power drop every 37 kills. Olivia has 1 more heart container, so that's 38 for her. Let's hope they both counted their kills. Usually once you have your marks on the Glitchless run, you pretty much know which monsters you're killing along the way, so it's not that complicated to take care of. That's something you need to keep in mind. Make sure you kill the exact number of things along the way. Yeah, so the main gimmick in this dungeon is that you're fighting the Master Star Force 4 times. And he's fleeing every time. You need to take care of him 4 times then. Because the Master Star Force stole the dungeon item, and you need to take it back from him. Lime took care of the 2nd fight, and Olivia is just inside the 2nd room as well. So it may seem that they are pretty much tied here, but that's not really the case. Olivia did not get the face key right now. So after this dungeon, Olivia is going to take maybe a couple of minutes to get the key for the next dungeon, which Lime already has. Man, that's the 3rd Stealth Force encounter for Lime. Olivia's almost there as well. The 3rd Stealth Force encounter for Olivia. Lime's going for the 4th one. The 4th and final one. The one that actually drops the hookshot on this. As always, we're making use of the autosave mechanic of the game in order to go through dungeons efficiently. Loading the autosaves gets you back to the entrance, which is convenient. Alright, so Lime gets the hookshot now. I mean, he's finally defeated Master Star Force. You guys getting on the final fight as well. So now that they both have the hookshot, they need to go and pick up the Nightmare Key. We're going to see if if they finally get the piece of power drop where they need it. Oh, that's unfortunate for Lime, who got the piece of power drop way too early for the dungeon. Ideally, you want the piece of power right before the boss fight. So we can, well, take care of the boss fight really quickly. The reason you want to take care of that fight with a piece of power is, well, it's kind of annoying and also very RNG dependent. I don't think Olivia has had a piece of power drop yet, so she may get it. So you could lose a lot of time on Slime Hill if you don't have the piece of power drop. They both get the Nightmare Key. So Lime won't have the piece of power on this. Guess we'll see if Olivia does. Depending on RNG, Lime could be losing a lot of time here. Lime is going to... Oh, that's an early piece of power drop for Olivia as well. It seems like she's going to try to get it. Lime just pulls off the skewed hookshot very well. That's nice. Also, I think that's not an Glitchless. You can actually hookshot across the room and avoid having to go through a side-scroller and having to get a key. Olivia gets the skew as well. I think a piece of power is gonna run out. So, Lime is now against Slime Hill. Misses the first Slime Hill. Okay, second one. Okay, Lime lands 8 hits. That means he's done half damage. Oh, Lime has very good RNG on Slime Hill. Gonna defeat it here. Lime got very lucky on Slime Hill. So Olivia's POP has run out. Let's see how she takes care of it. She lands 6 hits, I think. Alright, see, that's the problem with Slime Hill. And every once in a while, it will pull out a fake head, which is actually a bomb, and it loses a lot of time. So not only is the spot Slime Hill actually pops out of random, but also half the time you get a fake one. Okay, she got a fairly okay fight. Lime got luckier on this. Got a better sliming spawning spots and didn't get a fake out. Olivia got one fake out and finished Slime Hill on the third cycle, which is not too bad, but that means Olivia took a bit more time than Lime on this. Lime is headed to D6 right away because he already got the key before. And that is where Olivia is going to need catching up. So Olivia did not get the key. So even though during D5 it looked like they were neck and neck, don't know if that's even the expression. I mean, this is where we can see that Olivia has lost time over Lime. Because Lime is just now into the 6th dungeon. So I guess Olivia's maybe a couple minutes behind now. She needs to get the key and then head to the dungeon as well. And so Lime going on his way. Olivia's in the ruins now. Ultimately, taking care of ruins before or after D5 is up to the runner. It doesn't change anything. Right, Lime Uses his last arrow on this, bonks against the door as it's pulling out. And gets the power bracelets. The second one, the red one. Which apparently is better. Olivia gets some extra arrows, which is a safe thing to do. You want to have... You want to be comfortable on arrows in this run. Olivia has a very good Almost Night fight. That was really optimized. She gets the face key. Nice. Alright, Lime is still on a good D6 pass. I think D6 is one of the most complex dungeons. Maybe not. Okay, let's see how Lime deals with it. Oh, that was really cool. Push the anti-fairy back and used it as a landing spot for a bomb arrow to kill the whiz ropes. Sadly, it didn't work. That's some good improvising there. Alright, so Lime is breaking up some tiling. Guess the dungeon keeper will have to do a trip to IKEA afterwards. And Olivia is now open in D6. So yeah, she's still a bit behind. And Lime is now against Smasher. That was close. There's a way to actually get the ball before Smasher does. It's a very, very close window, but it's possible. It makes the fight a lot quicker. Olivia is now on the way to get the power bracelets again. So Lime Dead is menuing now. One nice from Olivia, who's now about to get her bracelets. Okay, Lime breaks some tiles again. Almost fell down there. That would have been a shame. Okay, I said nothing. And let's see how Olivia takes care of this room with the anti-fairy. That's efficient. Gets the key and she auto-loads out. Olivia takes care of the... Lime takes care of the chess pieces. Alright, that was good. Just taking care of the flow tiles. And yeah, fun fact about the game, you can just play Marin Song to kill the rabbits. I don't think it's ever specified in the game. And the game never tells you can do this. The game never tells you about bomb arrows as well. But hey, if you didn't know, you can actually shoot bomb arrows. Okay, Lime is taking care of the Dodongos as well. I mean, again. Olivia's done with Smasher. I don't think she grabbed the ball first. But to be fair, getting the ball first is not very easy. Oh, Olivia missed a wizard. Oh, two of them actually. Okay, that's not too bad. Lime gets the Night Mickey, so he's now going to head over to the boss fight. Olivia picks up a piece of power. Yeah, at this point of the run, you pretty much don't care anymore about the piece of powers and acorns. I mean, you want to avoid them because picking them up actually triggers a cutscene, you know, of Link happily picking up something, which loses you time. But you don't really need that. Very interesting strategy from Lime here. Don't think I've ever seen that before. That's very efficient. Olivia's taking care of on the floor tiles again. And Lime is now inside the boss room. So welcome, Facade. Facade is just a face on the ground. Or Damen Fratzo in German, I guess. So you can only damage Facade with bombs, I think. I think Facade's position on the ground is slightly RNG. It's not exactly the same every time. Oh, that was a good fight from Lime. So during this fight, you want to put down bombs, so Facade gets damaged. Also, it also works with bomb arrows if you want to throw some bomb arrows and hopefully hit some tiles. Lime gets the triangle. Olivia's getting through the dongos now. Yeah, this room is not easy to take care of, because the dongos are pretty random and not very fun to play against, and yeah, there's holes everywhere. See how that bomb slide off? And Olivia is about to get the Night Mickey as well. So I'd say she's, yeah, only a couple of minutes behind. So far, a lot could happen. Lime's ahead. But we know he could still lose it if he's not careful. Lime is now going through the sign maze. And this is where the 300 rupees we picked up in D3 come into play. Oof. Bonking against the wooden blocks. So in the sign maze, you need to read all the signs in the correct order. Thankfully, it's the same every time. It's not randomized. Signs are always in the same place. It's always the same order. Olivia's now against Facade. Let's see how she does. Because honestly, reading signs and running around to get to them, not the most exciting things around in this round. I mean, a good Facade fight is always interesting to see. Okay, so Olivia shoots a bomb arrow, drops on a bomb, drops another bomb. Facade spawns on the left, bomb arrow again. Oh, nice Facade fight from Olivia. So Olivia's down with D6 now. In the meantime, Lime is getting the Frog Song of Souls, which is why we needed the 300 rupees. Because that frog, I think, charges you 300 rupees for that performance. I mean, you get a private concert out of it, so Maybe it's a deal. I don't know. So what's the economy in a Dream Island? In the Zelda universe? And Lime teleports out. So Olivia is going to go to the sign maze as well to get the frog song. What's the repeat US dollar conversion rate? If someone has the answer, please let us know. Olivia's teleporting now to the prairie. She's about to go to the maze as well. And Lime uses the frog song to revive the rooster. It's going to be our best friend from now on. Going to follow us for a while. Now that Lime awakened the rooster, he's about to go to the mountains, where the last 2 dungeons are. So the first thing he needs to do is get the bird key. The bird key is the key to the next dungeon. That's the key to dungeon 7. So he's going through there again. We already went through that part when we went to the 4th dungeon, if you remember. I mean, obviously we're not going to drop down to the dungeon here. We're going to go further. Olivia's getting the frog song now. You can see Papal's waving as we pass through, but sorry Papal, we won't bring you pineapple today. We need to check back. You need to check it on the run if you want to see Papal actually get his pineapple in a speedrun. Lime does the jump. If you're not careful doing this jump, you can actually fall inside the hole. The hole doesn't vote you out and respawn you there. You actually go out. I need to go to the cave entrance again. So Lime gets the bird key, drops down and falls down here, which is where you get if you actually fall down a hole in this cave. So the jump Lime did would have landed him here if he failed it. So Olivia got the frog song and now she's about to go get the rooster as well. Lime's running around, trying to get to the next dungeon entrance. Yeah, those caves are a pain to move around in. Everything's very narrow and you're moving in diagonals. And Link can't dash in diagonals, only left, right, up, down. So moving around in these caves can be tricky. Lime gets the out of frame rock for the hook shot. Olivia got the rooster, she's now warping to the Dumpy hut. Dumpy is named Boris in German, by the way. In case you didn't know. That way you know it now. So Olivia's headed to the mountains now, and Lime is now opening D7. Eagle's Tower. So Lime is now in the dungeon. Olivia's on her way, she should not be too far out. I think Olivia is still about 2 minutes behind. They're still pretty close. Anything could still happen. Lime gets a key from killing 2 lifelikes. Gets upstairs. Olivia's getting to the bird key cave. Lime grabs the ball, heads out of the room. Alright, so your ball here is about to be your best friend for the dungeon. You want to be careful about it. Because if you're not nice to your ball, it will just go back to its room, I guess. So you don't want to throw it in a hole. Okay, Lime's doing okay so far. Lime got the, Olivia's got the key now. She's on the way to the keyhole now. Lime's back upstairs. Doing some more tile breaking. I mean, if you liked tiling, floor, I mean, this game is not for you, I'm sorry. Right, now that Lime is there, he can get his ball back, throw it very carefully as so it doesn't land on the hole. Breaks a second pillar. Yeah, you need to break 4 of those. Okay, he's being careful. Making sure he's positioned well. Okay, destroy the 3rd pillar. Okay, still has the ball. Because if you're unlucky, your ball can bounce back on the pillar and land on a hole here. I didn't know that was possible until my own race a few days ago. That was a bit of a sad moment. Thankfully, Lime did not get that. And Olivia's now outside D7. He's now opening it. Lime gets the mirror shield. Which is going to come to become useful after D7. I mean, look at Lime, he's heading inside the worst mini-boss room ever. Whew, that was complicated. GG Lime. Olivia's now inside D7. Okay, Lime gets a bonk. Against the block. Lime gets the nightmare key. He's now heading out. Olivia's starting to break some stuff. Let's hope everything goes well for her. Lime still has some business to take care of. Okay. Taking care of the 3 of a kind. Alright, that was nice. Olivia's doing well so far. Here's another Hinox. I don't know how it's pronounced. Sorry. I mean, there's 2 school of thoughts on this. Hinox. Who knows? And Lime is about to break the 4th and final pillar. Which ends up breaking the dungeon. I mean, a floor collapses into another. Now Olivia destroys the 2nd pillar, throws the ball back. And Lime is now getting out of D7. And yeah, because D7 is not completed right away. We'll come back to D7 after the next dungeon. That's because completing the 7th dungeon, so the one Lime just got out of, actually triggers a cutscene on the way to D8, so the dungeon just after. So if you manage to complete D8 before completing D7, you actually don't go through that cutscene. And the result is that we just end up going back to D7 after. That way you don't have to go on the way to D8 and get through the cutscene. The cutscene is on that bridge, by the way, the one Lime just jumped across. Olivia's against that little dude here. Let's hope she can get through it without any harm. Okay, whew. Okay. Lime is now in the mountains, trying to avoid the rocks. Which is a pain to take care of, honestly. Those rocks are really bad. Olivia gets the Nightmare Key. In D7. And Lime goes through the Flame Cave without any problem. This is why you need a Mirror Shield, to go through this cave. The Mirror Shield allows you to go through that fire. And Lime, it's about to wake up the Total Rock fight. Olivia's having some trouble on the 3 of a kind. So these things, you need to hit them with the same symbol, so they disappear. So let's see how Lime takes care of Turtle Rock, who's guarding the entrance to the 8. Is it a turtle? Is it a dragon? I mean, I don't know myself. Lime got hit, that's... you should be careful about this. Because this thing deals 2 hearts of damage, and you honestly do not want to die during that. Okay, good. Good from Lime. Played it safe towards the end. Yeah, believe me, you don't want to die against this one. Lime is now inside the 8. Olivia is about to exit D7 and get on her way to D8 as well. So it's safe to say that right now, Lime's ahead. For now. But not all is done. A lot could happen still. And now that Lime has broken a lot of tiles in the previous dungeon, he's actually creating some tiles now. Making amends. Olivia goes across the bridge. It is now in the mountains. Let's see how she takes care of the rocks. Olivia's about to enter the flame cave. Throws the bomb, of course. Let's see how Olivia takes care of the flame cave. Oh, got pushed back. Okay, played safe. I mean, there's no point into trying to dash into the fire for too long. She's about to take care of Turtle Rock now. Lime got all the key he needs. That's a nice cue to hookshot there. Don't see that very often. Takes care of the side-scroller like a champ. And now heads into the Blader fight. Oh, nice Plano fight. Didn't even mention the swag bomb arrow strat. Everything you do is swag, Lime. Don't worry. Olivia died against Turtle Rock. Oh, that's... Ooh, that's really unfortunate, because if you die, the little birds on the side just spawn back. But hey, so Lime got through Plano, got the magic rod. So he's now on his way. Takes care of the Hinox. Bomb arrows are always swag indeed. Okay, so Olivia's done with the outside fight and can now head into the 8. Lime does the jump. Okay, Olivia's in now. Okay, Olivia takes care of the floor tiles. She needs to get a few keys before heading to Plano. And Lime is now against Cue Ball again. Except this time it is lava everywhere. See how it works? Oh, Lime misses an arrow shot. Yeah, this Cue Ball fight can be a pain to take care of. Because you can't really move around freely. Okay, Lime managed to improvise. Actually fails a few arrow shots. Okay, that's Cue Ball done. Okay. He plays it safe, he gets the fairy. Good call. Okay, Olivia's about to get the extra bombs, extra arrows, and the keys before heading to Plano. And Lime is now about to pick up the Nightmare key. So now that Olivia's got this chest, she can pick up the extra key outside and go over to Plano. If it doesn't do the swag, it's Q hookshot. And she's going through the side corner to Plano, and Lime is going to the boss fight. Melts some ice blocks. Olivia's in Plano fight. Okay. Come on, Plano. Come on, charge Plano. Yeah, Plano doesn't wanna doesn't wanna play. Okay, that was a fast Plano from Olivia. And Lime now inside the boss room against Headscarp or Hothead in English. This is a fight we need to use the magic rod. And yeah, the magic rod is not very. It's not a very good weapon. You can only, I think you can only fire 3 magic balls at once, and there's some sort of cooldown. Lime falls down a couple times inside the lava. Okay, that's Hothead done. From Lime, Olivia's taking care of the Hinox. So Olivia's getting the key just there. Gets the fairy as well. I mean, we never know. Better to be safe, yeah. Better not die at this point of the run. So Lime gets the drum. and efficiently completed D8 now. Nice. So now that Olivia got this key, she can head to the cubal fight. Let's see how she does. Maybe she can pull off the quick kill strat. Okay, now that Lime finished D8, he can go back to D7. That way he doesn't have to... Again, completing D8 now, before D7 skips a cutscene. Which actually saves more time. Even if we lose some time going to D7 again. Cutscene is pretty long. Okay, let's see how Olivia does on cue ball. So far, it's going great. Excellent cue ball from Olivia. That's how you want to do it. Yeah, now Olivia's about to get the Nightmare Key. And Lime is heading to the D7 boss fight, which is the Evil Eagle. Let's see how he does. He has 16 arrows. Okay. I mean, he can use 5 arrows in this fight. Olivia this time is going to Hardhead. Okay. Let's see how Lime does against the Eagle. Okay, there's some arrow hits. Okay, so Lime cannot use any more arrows if you want to play it safe. You need 10 arrows against the final boss, and you need an arrow for before that. Okay. Lime managed to cancel the eagle attack. Alright, that was a nice eagle. And now Olivia is fighting the D8 boss. We're chaining the boss fight now. Okay, let's see how she does. I feel like that's not so bad from Olivia. I think she got 2 hits there. Okay, Olivia's now done with D8. And Lime is done with D7. So Olivia's still... yeah, she's still a few minutes behind Lime. I mean, it's not... the race is not over yet, so... let's not be too hasty about this. Lime decides to pick up the heart container in the water. Okay, that's a nice thing to do. Playing it safe. That way you get a full... you get your full life back before the end of the game. Olivia's going to warp to D7 now. And Lime is headed to D4 again. Because we didn't complete D4 in the first trip. And that's because completing D4 triggers a side quest, as I said. And that's actually a mandatory side quest. You need to complete it, and the reward for it is a bottle, which you don't really need in a speedrun. So we just skip that side quest by completing D4 last. And since we head to the egg right away after D4, it doesn't trigger the side quest quickly enough. Okay, so Lime is going to get the Nightmare Key for D4. Olivia's about to enter the D7 boss fight. So she's not too far behind. Oh, Lime failed his bomb arrow. That's unfortunate. I think he's going to try and do a skew. Doesn't want to waste another arrow. Does that work? Okay. I mean, Lime could still use an extra arrow and... Okay. So Lime only has 9 arrows now. So I need to play it to not lose too much time on this queue here. But since he only has 9 arrows, that means he's going to be short on arrows for the final boss. He's going to have to use... He's going to have to use the magic rod at the end. And I think the magic rod does only half as much damage as the arrows, so... Oh, Lime let the anglerfish hit the wall. Okay, Olivia's against Evil Eagle. Yeah, Lime kinda choked on the bomb arrow. That was a really quick fight from Olivia on Eagle. That's nice. But that's unfortunate that Lime misfired his bomb arrow there. He tried to save it by... You can actually get to that platform by using a slide skew and hookshotting on the block. But I guess he didn't expect to fail it, so he didn't practice that skew. Right, so both of them are getting an instrument at the same time. Now I've got the final instrument. Olivia still needs to go to D4 now. Lime teleports to the Dumpy warp. It's about to head to the egg, which is where the run is going to end. For him in a few minutes. If all goes well for Lime, they should be about a 145, 146, I guess. Yeah, practicing this skew may be a good idea for our next runners. I don't know what pattern Olivia's using there. Lime was a bit off from it seems, from the place where you're supposed to sing. Had to sing again. Olivia's about to get the Nightmare Key for D4. Yeah, the skew is... Link only naturally moves in 8 directions in this game, and during a jump, he can actually line itself up with different angles, which is way more... which has a way wider range of angles than the 8 Link can go in. So if you do a jump and slightly move towards the direction and stop there, you can get a position that's slightly off from one of the 8 directions. So if you got the right angle, you can actually hookshot to the block, where Olivia was a few seconds ago. Olivia's taking care of the anglerfish, and Lime is now inside the egg. Okay, that's a very good fight from Olivia. Right, so inside the egg is actually a maze. You're not supposed to know the combination. You need to do the whole trading side quest of the game. Our runners don't have to do that because they're using pre-made save file, which have been RNG manipulated, so they know exactly the path from the egg. So Lime is now inside the final fight. Let's see how he does. Olivia's got the final instrument, so she's headed to the mountain as well. This should be maybe a 1 hour 45 minutes for Lime. Maybe. I mean, this fight still has some RNG. Let's see how it does. So first you gotta deal with this thing, which you must powder 3 times. Okay, Olivia's on the way to the egg. The second phase is actually Aghanim, which you may know from A Link to the Past. You need to play some ping pong with him. You can actually throw you either a red or a blue ball, and you can only throw the red ball back to him. So you ideally want as much, as much red ball as you can. You're going to get at least 1 blue one. I mean, Lime Gun 1. Lime Gun perfect RNG on Aghanim. Okay, now he needs to take care of the Moldom, which you do not want to let go away, otherwise it's madness. Okay, congrats Lime, took care of that. Olivia's opening up the egg. Okay, Lime takes care of Ganon with the quick kill strat. Olivia's not too far behind. Okay, Lime takes care of phase 5 and now is against Deatheye. Which is where he's going to have to use the magic rod. Because he only has 9 arrows, you need 10 on this. Alright, that's 4 arrows in for Lime. 6. Olivia has the egg opened. One arrow, okay, need the... Okay, be careful Lime. Don't die please. If you die you may lose the race. Okay, that's good for Lime. Lime's got that. That's a sub 145. For Lime. And that's it for Lime. 144, 44, I think. I'm not exactly sure. 43. Wow. Congrats, Lime. GG. Olivia's going through the maze herself. She's about to enter the final fight as well. Alright, Olivia. Give us your best. And now, the island is vanishing for Lime. Hey, Lime.
Hello.
GG.
Thank you. I am a little bit sad because of how many mistakes I made, but I'm glad I still finished with a 144. I actually expected that to be a 145.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I expected a 145 too, but you got crazy good RNG on Aghanim.
Yeah, my Agha Warps were really good, and then I also only got 1 blue ball, which is amazing.
I didn't count the blue balls for Olivia, so I'm not sure. She seems to be getting more.
Oh yeah, I didn't check until now.
She got a couple. I think I've seen a couple, maybe 3.
I see.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
3 in a row now. I think she got another one.
I think that. But yeah, I don't know. I had fun this race. I think this. I don't know how much time I lost in D4. I think I lost like 2 minutes.
Yeah, maybe.
If I didn't lose,
both of you died actually in D4 doing bomb jump.
Yeah,
So it evens out.
I got it first try, but what I did was I accidentally held boots while I was still on the ledge.
Oh.
So I got sucked back into the pit.
Yeah, that because when you hold boots, Link actually
so...
stays in place and he fell down.
Yeah, I got really tilted. I was like...
Olivia's about to finish. She's against Deatheye right now. She has 10 arrows.
Oh yeah. That's
what
the
was
other
that?
really embarrassing
What was
part.
why did you fire to the left?
I don't know. I tried to face up left like a few times. Like I pressed up left, but I just like kept facing left, and then I fired and I got a left shot and threw it into the middle of nowhere. And then I tried to do the backup skew, but
Yeah, the one
I
that
haven't done
someone
it in...
shared on Discord like a few days ago.
Yeah, I mean, I've known about it since before then.
Yeah, yeah. Completely
And I've
forgot
done
about
it before, so I was like, okay, I don't need to use another bomb arrow.
Olivia's
I can
done.
just do this.
That's a 148.
Yeah, 148.02. Very close to 147.
Oh, GG, Olivia. 148.02. Nice. But yeah, that was crazy in D4.
Yeah,
I mean, you
we
were
both
like
had very bad d4s. I think
Yeah.
hers
I mean,
was...
you were like 1 minute ahead in D4, and you died. So I was pretty sure Olivia was going to catch up to you there, but she died
Yeah,
too.
I was really worried too. When I died, I was like, oh, I'm gonna lose it now.
Olivia's
Like,
pretty infamous for being really good at D4.
I'm normally good at the bump jump too. Like, Olivia's setup is interesting though.
Yeah, she doesn't use one. That's the thing.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
fireballs
her
it, and
setup's
it's
interesting
pretty
'cause
insane.
it's not really a setup.
Okay, Olivia wants to join in. But yeah, both of you dying in D4 was pretty unfortunate.
That was really content. That was a lot of content.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Olivia,
Hello,
GG.
Olivia. GG.
Congrats.
GG to Lula. GG also to you.
Thank you.
That was a pretty interesting race because both of you have pretty much the same skill level.
Yeah.
I mean, you have pretty close PBs. I mean, I was wondering if the physical digital difference was going to be the reason.
Yeah, not this time.
Yeah, not this time.
It's really difficult to manage your feelings, your emotions on a race tournament because you don't play the same as usual, and you have to accept the mistake you've done. It's very difficult.
Yeah, that happened to me on Dungeon 4 when I messed up the first time. I just lost all focus and got a little upset.
Yeah, that was surprising. Both of you failed bomb jump and died.
Yeah.
It was really stupid. I got only 2 ups, but I tried.
Yeah, sure, because Olivia actually had an extra out container in D4, so she could have pulled off more tries, more attempts there.
Also, I remember I did the TGH strat in Dungeon 8 where you do the separate bomb arrows, and you must not have been looking.
Yeah, I think I was looking at Olivia at that time, I think.
But yeah, I did that specifically for the stream, and I got both of them first try, and I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. I can't wait to hear about this. And then I was like,
I missed it. I'll watch the replay then.
Yeah. I mean, for like TGH or somebody, that's like nothing, but I was super happy to get both of those.
Yeah, did you do the TGSQ
bomb jump
as well?
Sorry?
Yeah, Olivia?
I said I have to work about bomb jump because when it's not first try, it's completely panic.
Yeah. When you don't get a first try, it becomes a lot worse because your heart.
Yeah, I was worried about Yoshi too. I was wondering if one of you was going to fail it. Thankfully, neither of you did.
Yeah. I mean, you saw me practicing it before the stream.
Yeah.
Making sure.
How many blue balls do you get, Lime? I haven't counted by myself.
You got
blue
one.
balls.
Yeah, I only got one.
I think you got
Yeah,
like
really
4 or
well.
5, Olivia.
I got also bad RNG on Goblin Boss. Two times he stopped dashing. It was all full.
Oh yeah,
That's what happened to me too.
Yeah, mobility
except
was bad
it
for both
wasn't
of you.
2. He stopped dashing once, and then he threw, I think, 3 spears. It was very annoying. But I still got one cycle once he bonked. Which also reminds me, I had 3 bonks that run, and they were all in really, really strange spots. Like, I bonked in the Nightmare Key Room in D7 on the block that you have to push for some reason. I
Oh yeah, I
walked,
remember that.
I
I mean,
bonked
as
in a
the block
random
was being moved or
doorway
something.
on the way to Dungeon 8. The one where you go inside to get Bird Key. As I was passing it, I just went inside it and bonked on it for some reason. And then there was some other random one, but all of them were really silly.
But otherwise, it was there were not many mistakes for both of you. I mean, besides the bomb jump in D4, which was the main one.
I died against the dragon on
Oh yeah, you died against
just
the dragon.
before.
Oh,
It was can't explain why.
Yeah.
But it was a pleasure doing this Glitchless tournament because it helps to manage your feelings, your emotions. It's absolutely not the same. Every race is completely different. You can't reset the race.
Yeah, you have to play through your mistakes, and that was something I had to do. I ended up with 9 bomb arrows because I accidentally wasted one at the end of Dungeon 4. So I had to try the skew shot and mess it up, and then just end up using an extra bomb arrow. It was silly.
Yeah, I was wondering how many magic rods hits it takes to make it for an arrow. I think it was 2, right? I mean,
Yeah,
magic rod only does half damage.
Magic rod does 1 damage. The arrows do 2 damage.
Okay.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun despite my, mistakes. We both, I think both of us played, very well in terms of like movement and the general game, but we just had like a couple points where we had some big mistakes.
Yeah, otherwise it was a really good run from both of you.
Except the big mistakes, because actually movements were okay, but when we make a big mistake, so that makes 2 minutes, so it's really a lot.
Yeah.
Lime, so you go for Piece of Power on D2 Hinox, but not on Canonet?
Yeah. It's just what I'm used to, because I learned the route from just copying TGH's world record, and he ends up getting it from there, because he got a bunch of extra kills. And I don't really feel like I need it for Canolet. I feel fine.
The difference also from both of you is that Lime got the face key after D4, and Olivia gets there after D5.
Right.
It's an habit.
So you did D5 pretty much at the same time, but Olivia had to go to get the face key after. Yes, that's how each one of you routes the Piece of Power for.
Right.
Which neither of you got actually on Slime.
Yes, because on Slime I can't remember how many enemies I killed because of pressure.
Right. I just got like a million extra kills.
I know Olivia tried to pick it up earlier and ran away with it just to try, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, because I remember I got Piece of Power right after Dungeon 4, and I was just like, okay, what is going on? Like, I have no clue. I got it from the last Zol in Dungeon 4 right before the flippers, and that's like 10 kills early. It ended up actually being 9 kills early, so I miscounted a little bit, and that's why I ended up getting it.
The mess in D4 pretty much made you lose count of your things, maybe.
Yeah, because I did have to kill an extra thing.
That's what I killed for me when I did my race a few days ago. I also died in D4 and lost count. So that may be why.
Nobody failed the Yoshi doll?
Nah.
No. We both got it.
That was good. Don't worry about it. I think that was pretty much all.
Yeah, I think that's it.
The viewers get fun? Does they participate on the channel?
Yeah, there were a lot of
some people talked about it.
So next is EDL versus M-Chan, the official scheduling. They had a match scheduled earlier, but it had to be shifted.
I think it's on Wednesday.
Link schedules in the chat. Yeah, make sure to give our brothers and commentators. Make sure to give our brothers a follow. And thank you to Antonio for doing the commentary. I think it was like tomorrow, I think.
EDL versus M-Chan is
I think it's on Wednesday.
Wednesday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, 20 o'clock UTC.
And Lime will be going against either TGH or Jooms. And Olivia will be going against Bubble Bass or Sam.
Yeah.
depending on how you want to call him.
All right.
All right.
And that was a good race. Thank you. GG to both of you again. That was fun.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Lime. Thanks a lot, Antedio.
All right.
All right.
Bye bye.
See you next time.
Thank you very much. Bye.